Is that true? Just so you know, I talked to Coach Drizel last week. Doing great. He lives in the Tidewater area, and he sounded great on the telephone. No, I didn't know that. I am going to call him tomorrow, though. You know.
What was your least favorite part of the second half tonight?
Play of the older players. We talked about it. When you play games like this, and I've always believed being transparent and honest. When you look at you take Jonas, who, by the way, I thought played a terrific basketball game. Really happy with our young guys. We talked a lot about those guys being ready to play, and they haven't played much. I thought they were good, but you go back, I think the starters were 4 for 23. I think they had 11 of the 19 turnovers, and the way they came out and started the second half, honestly, is just extremely disappointed because they should have come out with the same way we started the game. We talked about it, obviously. We talked about it's a natural letdown if it can be, and it goes back to being consistent, discipline, mental toughness, all that, and we didn't get it done in the second half. And we talked from the beginning about these guys being the kind of leaders that we want them to be, and it goes back to consistency. We've got to know what we're going to get from those older guys for 40 minutes, not just for 20 minutes.
I don't think Josiah came back in after he gave up that blow by with about 15 minutes left in the game. You talked about disappointment in the leaders that just a minute ago, but what specifically with Josiah led to that?
Well, again, he's Santi, and they've been here longer than anybody. They're the two guys that I really count on, and talk to them about it. But they weren't ready. And again, I would tell you, I've told you this before. I think those minutes are precious, and I'm telling you, I don't care who it is. If they're gonna be out there, they're gonna appreciate them and play. And from the get-go in the second half, it just wasn't good basketball. But again, my biggest disappointment, we were wanting to obviously get it stretched out to where we could get those younger guys on the court as a group because they had done a good job. I thought playing with the older guys in the first half and getting them out there as a group and trying to get them an extended run to let them know how hard it is to play, as hard as we expect them to play for a long period of time. It's really part of team building to let them know that you appreciate how hard those guys play, but it didn't happen, and it falls, again, where our older guys just didn't do what we expect them to do night in and night out.
Coach, it's been basically 2 weeks since you told us you're going to develop some post offense and you're going to be able to throw it inside of Jonas, and he's been a different player 4 games since then. How much higher is your ceiling if he's playing at this level?
Well, again, it goes to consistency and again, getting the ball there, and he's going to have to. We keep talking about his space on the court where he can get it. Where again, the more he goes, the more attention he's going to get, and he's going to have to work harder and harder to get his space on the court, and some of them he's going to have to go get it. A couple of those passes, I'm not sure why he or Tobey didn't catch, but there is no doubt the perimeter guys are doing a better job looking for him, and he was really good tonight, and we now it's about consistency. Can we get it from him? Maybe not 29, but the 11 rebounds we need, and that if we could just somewhere in that area every night, a double-double from him, he would be there. Tonight we should have had a bunch of guys with double-digit rebounding. They took 70 shots and only made, what, is it 19 of them? Yeah, we should have had a lot more guys with more rebounds tonight.
How disappointing is it that you've had to harp on consistency as much as you had the first 10 games of the season?
It is disappointing. It is. Again, at this time, with as many games as our older guys have played, it's disappointing. It is, because we believe in them. We have confidence, but they've got to do it. And we got to know every night. And again, it's not about making shots. It's about playing good basketball. And defensively, we were terrible at the start of the second half, and we really did the one thing I think is a major flaw with teams that are inconsistent. You just don't respect yourself in terms of coming out saying, this is a chance to get better. Everybody talks about respecting their opponent. I think you've got to have great respect for yourself every night, and you do that by the way you handle the game and take care of the game and do what you need to do. And when you don't do that, it gives back to you what you put into it. It's a game that's always done that. And again, I'm just disappointed the younger guys didn't get a chance out there to play the minutes that we'd like for them to play.
Rick, the 19 offensive rebounds you all gave up, was that just a result of poor effort, or what do you think went wrong there?
Well, some of them, when you guys are looking to score the ball, and that's what it looked like to me in the second half, quick shots, guys like, well, I'm not going to play much tonight in the second half, so I'm going to try to get my shots up or whatever. Your mindset shifts as opposed to, but what it is, we scored, how many points in the second half? 25. It tells you we better be a good defensive team. It tells you that, because if we're such a good offensive team, we should score more than 25 points in the second half. But it's a mindset, and it goes back to consistency. What can be your mindset every night in terms of understanding what I'm supposed to do as an individual player every single night. It doesn't matter who you're playing, how you're playing. Can I get in the groove and do that and then build on it every game? And, again, that's the disappointing part.
How would you assess the intensity and energy that Cam and Freddie gave you?
Proud of both of them. We knew that we got Cam a quick run because he came out and he was a minute and a half. He said, Coach, I think I got to get my second win. And but I thought Freddie was good. Freddie did the things tonight we wanted to see. He competed. Thought he was locked in. I thought his mindset was terrific. I think it shifted from thinking he's got to make something happen on the offensive end to making it get going on the defensive end. And again, it goes back, we had too many breakdowns with the older guys, more so than the younger guys tonight.
You referenced the freshmen overall. What had they shown you, I guess, in practice the past couple of days? Because you referenced some bad practices from some of those guys last week.
More their mental approach, and we talked about what each guy, we talked about all of them the other day about where we've got to improve. Coaches often talk about improvement, but you got to take it deeper than that. And, when you talk about improvement, you got to look at each guy and come up with, okay, where's he right now? What do we need to do to get him better? Then you look at your team. And some of the things that we wrote down about our team, we didn't do tonight. I think we missed another, a couple wide open layups. We got to be better there. And it's no excuse. That's mental toughness. Finish it. We got to finish better, but the wide open layups, you got to make them. And then again, talking about turnovers, did a really poor job second half with that, and again, just the things that we talked about getting better, we didn't do that. We regressed in the second half. I forgot your question because I'm thinking about all that we talked about last night. Did I answer it? Yeah. What did you ask it again? I'll see if I can answer it.
What did the young guys do in practice the last couple of days?
I thought they prepared mentally. I did. I thought that they weren't very good leading up to the Illinois game, and we talked about it. And I told him, I told you guys going in, some of you guys, I'd already made up my mind before the game, you weren't going to play strictly based on your preparation, and you better understand. You better learn that lesson right now. So what you do over the next day and a half, 2 days to get ready for this game will decide whether we're going to play tonight. And I thought, for the most part, those guys really tried to do that. They locked in. And it's not just in practice. It's in the film room. It's everything that we talk about. It's in our daily vitamins, whatever it may be. We want to see them execute at a high level. And, again, tonight I can in some way say they probably did it better than the older guys.
Last question from John. Coach, in the back here. Just Jonas's aggressiveness to draw 6 fouls, take 16 shots. Just what did you think of that? You had to be pleased with how he attacked the game tonight.
Well, it is, and the other guys, like I said, what were they? What did I say? 6 for 23? Is that what it was? Those other starters, he should probably get it more, And Jonas is not a selfish player. He's not. I think he's still, like some of our other guys are learning. Like, I don't mind when he shoots 3. The one in the second half was not a good decision. We'd gone 4 or 5 possessions without scoring, and that's where we've got to get better, knowing, okay, the flow of the game and playing the game. And in the second half, it looks like we were just shooting the ball. We weren't playing with a purpose. But when Jonas does when we do what we practice, he's going to have a lot of ample opportunities to put up numbers if he will fight for his space and get where he needs to be. All right, thank you, guys. Okay.